It's been an entire year since the October 7th attack on Israel. In a chance encounter in the ruins of Rafah, the IDF troops finally caught and killed the Hamas chief. My colleague Yahya Sinwar tells you about the hunt for Yahya Sinwar. Take a look.
Well, the only visuals of the Hamas chief recovered in the past year was a grainy CCTV footage of him walking through a tunnel with his family. And this happened on October 10th, 2023. That is 3 days after the attack on Israel on October 7th. On October 10th, Sinwar was seen carrying a bag and wearing flip-flops through a tunnel under a cemetery in Khan Yunis. These are the initial information of Yahya Sinwar. The footage was found months later in an Israeli raid on the tunnel network, where forces of Hamas operatives along with spaces of residence and food were also found. IDF troops also recovered 1 million shekels and thousands of dollars in cash. This is what the IDF troops recovered. Well, in December last year, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that Israeli troops had surrounded Sinwar's residence in Khan Yunis. That's in December 2023. And later in August this year, an IDF commander claimed that the IDF military was just minutes away from catching the Hamas chief, Yahya Sinwar. On October 16th, just few days ago, IDF troops spotted Hamas militants entering a building in the ruins of Rafah. They had no reason to suspect that the Hamas chief would be one of them. The IDF troops then deployed a drone to conduct the search of the site. Through the drone, the troops saw a man draped in a kafaya, which is a traditional scarf, and he was sitting amid destroyed furniture there, as you can see right now on your screens. The man was seen picking up a stick from the debris around him, taking aim and flinging it at the drone. Well, then the drone dodges the stick and continues to shoot the figure. The IDF troops called for a nearby tank to open fire on the structure there, which collapses then. The troops then spent a lot of time recovering the body from the rubble of the building. And upon recovery of the body, the face of the figure was very similar to the troops. They pried the man's mouth open and thoroughly they matched the dental records. They were all able to identify him as the Hamas chief, Yahya Sinwar. A picture of the troops carrying the body wrapped in a black body bag that was strapped to a stretcher has been released by the IDF. Also, DNA samples were used to confirm the identity of Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar.
Earlier, we spoke to our correspondent Jody Cohen, who had joined us from Ra'anana in Israel, and we asked her about the suggestion by world leaders that Sinwar's death provides an opportunity for a deal. Here's how she reads it.
Right, so President Biden said that Israel has every right to eliminate the leadership and military structure of Hamas, and that now is an opportunity for the day after in Gaza without Hamas in power. Biden called Prime Minister Netanyahu to congratulate him, and the leaders reportedly agreed on the opportunity to move towards a hostage deal. And the Prime Minister's office said that they would work together to achieve that. And we know that US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has already spoken with his counterparts in Qatar and Saudi Arabia to discuss next steps. Now, Netanyahu gave a statement. He called Sinwar's death the beginning of the end of the war in Gaza and said that the war can end tomorrow if Hamas lays down its arms and returns the hostages. He said that Israel would guarantee safety to anyone who returns hostages, but that if anyone hurts the hostages, Israel would bring them to justice.
In fact, Jody also spoke to us about the threats from Hamas and the Hezbollah to increase the fighting against Israel after Sinwar's death.
Right, so as of this moment, we're not hearing any statements from Hamas that they would seek a deal. Iran's mission to the UN has actually said the opposite. They've said that the fighting would be strengthened by Sinwar's death. And Iranian proxy Hezbollah has also said that a new escalatory phase in its war against Israel has begun. Now, we know that the IDF are searching for Sinwar's brother Mohammed and all Hamas military commanders. And the IDF have said that they would continue to target Hamas terrorists and infrastructure until Hamas agrees to return the hostages and surrender. The US has said that Sinwar was an insurmountable obstacle to achieving a deal, that he rebuffed multiple efforts over the past months to bring an end to the war, but that they hope that Sinwar's replacement would look at the suffering that Sinwar caused and choose a different path.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.